What's going on, people? Darden here, and it is that time of year again. The For Honor developers have just officially announced the fourth and presumably final season of For Honor. Now, a lot of big news here. We're really just gonna dive into the two new heroes and the two new maps. Might touch on a few changes that are coming for this upcoming season, but we really just want to mainly talk about those two new amazing, in my opinion, heroes that were announced today. Jumping right into it, November 14th will be your release date for season pass holders, and for everyone else you'll have to wait about a week later before you can get your hands on those new heroes. This season will be called Order and Havoc, and your two new heroes will be the Shaman and the Aramusa. Both heroes will be gender locked, and if you're not crazy about the faces that we've seen, it will be similar to the Highlander, where you can change the faces depending on the loot that you get. So don't fret if you don't like the way the heroes look. There will be other drops for the gear and things of that nature. Now, if you followed my other video where I talked about the reveal months and months ago, or if you've seen any of the leaks, the Aramusa will be your Ronin double-bladed character, and your Shaman will be your Huntress. She looks like she'll be having also two blades or two dagger type weapons or two axe type weapons. I believe they'll change depending on the gear that'll drop, but we'll see once she gets released. Now, there were some details that were discussed in today's live stream. For the Shaman, she will be an assassin character with quick attacks, quick chains, and combos, very similar to the Peacekeeper. She'll also have a bleed move that when her target is bleeding, she gets a blood rush effect. Now, we really don't know what effects that will take or how that will be implemented, but it does sound like something that will be very powerful once it's released, or maybe it won't be that powerful, but it is something that Ramon talked about, and it will be one of the key things to this character, getting that bleed effect and being able to capitalize on it in one way or the other. Our other hero is the Aramusa. He will be the Ronin character that we mentioned in the video from 5 months ago, and he will be a hybrid. Now, he will be a hybrid between a Vanguard and a tank, and he will have those double blades that we talked about. Now, whether it's two swords or a sword and whatever the shorter version of the sword is called, it doesn't matter. He has two bladed weapons, and he will be utilizing those for his gameplay. Now, he will also be a mix-up character. Some of the other mix-up characters are the Centurion and the Gladiator, very heavy with mix-ups and doing different things. So if you are into that type of character, he might be the guy for you, and he's definitely the guy for me. I've been looking forward to the Ronin, and I know a lot of people are. Looking at the comments, looking at other videos, a lot of people super excited for this character, and just listening to the things that he's going to bring to the table also makes me even more excited. Now, he has an infinite chain with its blades, which he can also use to bait characters. Now, these are the words that Ramon used when describing the hero and his fighting style. So with whatever mix-up chain that is, apparently it will be powerful enough where he can bait things out, change things up on the fly. I'm thinking a little bit like the Berserker, and how he has that infinite chain and he can kind of go both ways and maybe even come overhead for a heavy and change it up with feints and things like that. So I'm thinking he'll be a mix between that, and that sounds really cool. Anybody who plays the Berserker knows he's a super fun character to play once you get that infinite chain going. Also, he has a defensive stance. This was really interesting, and I cannot wait to see how they implement this, or how powerful this will be, or what will actually happen once in this defensive stance. Now, it can't be held forever, kind of like how the Highlander, you can just hold his offensive stance, and he has, I guess his opposite will be a defensive stance, but he has a offense heavy stance, and I hear the Ronin has a defensive heavy stance, but the difference is it cannot be held forever. It is on a timer. So super excited to see how these characters actually pan out. Can't wait to get my hands on the Ronin. Even the shaman, she sounds really interesting just listening to Ramon talk about her, and some of the other developers mention how brutal she will be. So we'll see how that turns out. Another interesting thing that was mentioned in today's live stream for season 4 was that starting season 4, you will be able to equip 4 executions at a time. Not only that, but we will be getting 2 new maps as usual. One will be called Market Town. That will be for the samurai. It'll be a samurai village. And the other will be called the Gauntlet. That will be for the Viking faction. And that will be kind of like a, I don't know, like an arena or a gauntlet type thing. They really didn't show them. They talked about it and described it a little bit. So we'll see actually what it is. Hopefully next week. Hopefully we'll get some character trailers, some executions, things like that. At least a glimpse of it. That's what I believe we're all hoping for. The November 14th isn't that far away. So guys, get down in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Who are you planning on maining? I'm assuming I'm going to see a lot of Ronin comments down there, because in the today's chat, a lot of people were complaining about the shaman and how she looks and things like that. But I'm actually very interested in playing as her. Now, I'm planning on maining the Ronin, but just looking at the shaman, she actually intrigued me. I wasn't intrigued when I heard about it 5 months ago, but actually kind of seeing her, she looks like she's going to be really crazy, really just out there, and she might have some really interesting components to her play style. So let me know what you think. What do you think about today's reveal and the heroes, and what are you hoping to see? Do you guys even have any ideas for what you want as executions? Maybe I'll make that as another video. Stay tuned. If you aren't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that sub button. Thank you all who already have subscribed and have stuck with me this long. Much appreciated. Take care.